Okay, so what I want to do today, and first off, I apologize about the lighting and acoustics in here, but it was about the best controlled environment I had to do this. So what I wanted to do today is show you this MadKatz, the new MadKatz, which is a okay, so I'm not sure how to say this. It's either Carbyne, Carbyne, or Carbyne. It's C-A-R-B-Y-N-E. At any rate, it's the green colored one, which it calls the Gremlin. They just introduced this maybe, I don't know, maybe about a month ago or so. And in fact, yesterday they just announced a orange one, which would be nice. And I believe that one's the Titan, but I'm not sure because it had kind of an odd spelling on it, so I wasn't sure how to pronounce it. But at any rate, what I want to do is just show you this new rod, actually. And right now it's only available in a casting version. I use a lot of spinning rods, so but I did pick this up just to have in a casting version as well. Right off, the first thing you notice is how light it is. It's definitely lighter than the OG MadKatz. I wouldn't say it's overwhelmingly lighter, but you can feel the difference. And I think another thing you feel is the diameter as well. It's a smaller diameter, so I'm guessing just by my calculations, it's probably 10 to 15% thinner and also 10 to 15% lighter. I did weigh the two, and the older one weighed about 19 ounces, and this one weighed about 13 ounces. So it's about 6 ounces lighter, which doesn't seem like a lot when you talk in ounces, 6 ounces, but you start talking in weights, well, it's, a third of a pound lighter or whatever. So it's kind of a word play there, but you do notice the difference. And the first thing I notice is just how nice it feels in the hands. It kind of almost reminds me, I haven't used it a lot, but just feeling it, like if anyone of you has used the St. Croix Mojo Cat, it kind of reminds me of that. And I think it's probably got some similarities. The word play on the carbon means that it's got, graphite in it. So it's a carbon graphite blend with the glass. So what that means is they can make it lighter. It also has a more, you'll see I'm doing some tests here. I have tried it out, and there is definitely more lifting power in this new Carbyne rod. I'm just going to call it Carbyne because, like I said, I'm not sure how to pronounce it. But at any rate, this is the color combination they came up with for this new one. It's a bright green, and it's got kind of a lemon lime color wraps. And what's really cool is the grip. Now, maybe about a year ago, I was walking through a bait store and I saw a musky rod. It was a Daiwa, and they kind of had this grip. And I was like, man, I wish a catfish company would come up with these grips. And MadKatz has finally, and it feels really good in the hands. It's almost like a vinyl covered, maybe like a high-end golf grip or something. It's probably maybe not quite as spongy, as foamy as the older version, but a lot of grip, and like I said, it feels really good. You do feel like you're holding a high-end rod in your hand, when you first hold on to it. So what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to do a quick demonstration of the action. Now the only problem is, so this is a medium heavy. The rods I have to compare to the older ones are mediums because I use mediums. And also I will mention that I've never caught a blue cat. So you guys blue cat fishing, you're bumping, you're catching these big, 80 to 100 pound blues. I can't speak to that because I've never caught one. So up here in Minnesota, we're just, we're catching channel cats and flatheads, 20 to 60 pounds. And we did catch a nice flathead on one of these last night. And I can just throw up a picture, maybe a quick video of us fighting that. But the kid handled it well. He loved how it felt. I think what's going to be nice about these rods, like I said, they have a little more lifting power. But if you're a person that likes to set the hook, you're going to get a lot of power in the hook set in these. And I have noticed that, some of the older MadKatz, when you set the hook, there's a little bit of maybe sponginess. Nothing, not really bad, but just, you can't really move the fish where you want to move it. And where this rod may not be as good as the older MadKatz is circle hooks. If you're waiting for that fish to load down, the tip action is a little stiffer. So keep that in mind if you like a real, trying to think if that would be a fast tip or a soft tip. At any rate, you know, it's really noodly at the tip, so you can get a lot of tip action. This does not have it, so keep that in mind. But I think it makes up for it in sensitivity and lightness. And there are times when we hold on to our rods and don't even have them in a rod holder. And a couple things I can think of is when we're sturgeon fishing in you know, heavy winds or whatever, you don't want your rod in the holder, you know, swinging around, bouncing around. You're going to be able to hold this and you won't have any fatigue. And you really notice the difference in weight with the bait caster versus a big spinning reel. So that's where this is really going to come in handy. And really the reason I picked it up is just to have for a rod if we need to hold it. And I'm really excited to take it up to Canada where we catch some giant, you know, 20 to 30 pound channel cats, one after the other. So, and a lot of times we're casting, holding onto the rod, you know, in fast current or whatever. So I'm really excited to try that up there. Anyways, I'll quit babbling here, but what I want to do is a quick test. So I have a bucket of water, and what I'll do, just for the camera here, is I'll weigh it. I haven't really weighed it yet. I'm guessing it's about, I don't know, 6 or 7 pounds. We'll go ahead and weigh this, about 9 pounds. I'll start with the older MadKatz, the fiberglass ones, or S-glass, and just show you quick there. So, and this is a medium. I don't have medium heavy, I use medium. So I believe this is the original bolt. I could be wrong, sorry. I got a bunch of them here. So first of all, I'll show you the tip action there. You know, it's pretty parabolic. You know, that backbone is probably starting at the 2nd to 3rd eyelet here. Well, let's go ahead and lift this up and you can see, so 9 pounds, you know, it's pretty bent over, and I don't have a lot of power to do what I want with that, but I mean, lifts it fine. We're going to use the spinning version, and it should be the same, right? It's the same medium blank. This is the signature bolt, the 2.0. All right, so there's the tip action. Pretty similar. You know, that backbone starts about, you know, 1/3 of the way up. And again, really parabolic. We'll get that lifted up. And again, I think just the way the leverage is with the rod under my arm with the spinning version, I feel like I have a little more power with that leverage with a spinning reel, but I don't know. All right, so next we'll try the Carbyne. And again, right away, the first thing I notice is just how light it is. First, we'll do the tip action here. And like I said, it looks like the backbone is actually starting, you know, probably 3/4 of the way compared to those other rods. You definitely feel the extra lifting power in the butt of this one. So let's go ahead and lift this one up. And it's, yeah, it's pretty effortless actually. I got a lot of power to move that however I want. So you definitely do notice the difference in lifting power. And again, where I think that'll come into play is when you're fighting a big fish. If you need to move that fish, you can guide it if you need to away from snags or anchor ropes or whatever you need to do to control that fish. But you give up a little bit of that in the flex of the rod. It's definitely a little stiffer. So yeah, just a real quick demonstration of the new Carbyne. Again, they just came out with an orange one, so if you like the orange color better, that'll be available, I think I read tomorrow or sometime this weekend. So pricing on these rods, I believe this one is $140 to $150. I didn't look, but it's somewhere right in there, $145, $150. The older ones, as you know, for anyone that's bought them, you know, they're $80 to $100. So you are paying a premium, and it's one of those laws of diminishing returns things, you know. You're paying for 10% lighter, 10% thinner, you're paying a bigger price. If you wanted to go another 10% lighter, 10% thinner, you'd probably have to pay, again, double the price to pay for that luxury. So I guess to each individual, you're going to have to decide. The old ones are going to catch big fish, just like the new ones are going to catch big fish. You can drive to work in a Ford XLT, or you can drive to work in a Ford Platinum. I guess it's all down, comes down to your own preference. You're not going to need these to catch more fish, bigger fish. You just might enjoy it more in the process. So I'm definitely going to be using these a lot more, and I'll have some more videos on my channel. But for now, first impression is really nice, and it almost makes me want to switch over to bait casters now, because that's all they have, and I just really like how light it is. So I got to do some thinking if that's what I want to do, or maybe just keep using a combination. At any rate, I hope this helps with your decision which one you want to buy. I recommend them both. If this one is a little bit just too much money for you, buy the older one. If you want to step up to the new version, personally, I'm not disappointed. I'm glad I got a couple, and I feel like I'm probably going to be getting a couple more. MadKatz gets me that way. You know, they come out with new colors, new actions, new styles, and you know, I'm a sucker for new things. So at any rate, thanks again for watching, and hopefully you'll share this if anyone asks any question. Maybe it'll help out those people making their purchase. All right, take care.